Hello, my friends, and welcome to this new class in your educational series, Mr. Udait Grammar course. Today, my friends, we are going to start the second, let's say, stage of our course. In the first one, I explained the importance of the tenses, and we said that in English, specifically English, the choice of the tense doesn't depend only the time of the action happening, but there are other things to be taken into consideration, like the cultural background, the psychological background, or the contextual background of the action. Today, my friends, we are going to apply the things we have learned in the first stage, which included all of the important tenses in English, and we are going to see how useful what we learned is. Now, my friends, we are going to talk about conditional sentences. What is a conditional sentence? A conditional sentence, my friends, is a complex sentence. Generally, I have a writing course, Mr. Udait writing course. In this course, I started talking about the structure, the writing structures in English. I started from words, and then we said that words make phrases. Then we said that phrases make clauses, and clauses make sentences, and sentences make paragraphs, and paragraphs make essays. Here, my friend, as you remember, my friends, we defined the clause in Mr. Udait's writing course as a group of words containing a verb and its subject. And we said that we have two types of clauses. The first type is called the dependent clauses, or we call them subordinating clause. And we said that this type of clause needs another clause in order to make a full sentence, while the other type was called the main clause, and it could make a simple sentence by itself. But when we have a dependent clause and a main clause, which is independent clause together, we call the sentence complex sentence. If you want to know more about clauses and sentences, please go to Mr. Udait's writing course, and you are going to find a lot of important and beneficial information. Now, my friends, what is a conditional sentence again? A conditional sentence is a complex sentence that is made up of two clauses: the if clause, which is the dependent clause, which cannot be used as a sentence by itself, and the other part is called the main or result clause. And as you see here, my friends, we have 5 types of conditional sentences. All of them have the same general form. The form in 5 types of... So the form in the 5 types of conditional sentences is the same, the general form. We have if, subject, verb, and then here we have the complement of the clause. And we end this clause with a comma, as you see. And then, my friends, we have the main clause, which is made up of subject, verb, and the complement of this clause. And the difference between all of these 5 types is only the tense of the verb, which, again, my friends, doesn't depend only or doesn't rely only on the time the verb being. My friends, please, if you didn't understand the tenses we have discussed before, you have to repeat them because you are going to need them. Now, we have 5 different types of conditional sentences. All of them have the same form, but they are different in terms of the tenses used in the if clause and the main clause. Let's start with the first type. Generally, we start counting from 1. But illogically, and then after that, we are going to see that there is some logic in this numeration. We are going to start here from type 0, not from type 1. So we have 5 types of conditional sentences. The first type is called type 0. We start from 0. And type 0 here, my friends, the form is if, subject, then verb in present simple, then we have this comma, and then subject plus present simple. So present simple is the tense used in both the if clause and the main clause. And the question is, why, when, where do we have to use type 0? The answer is simple. Why do we use present simple in general? We discussed this matter before, and we said that we use a present simple when we discuss general facts, personal and scientific facts, and the truths, if you remember, and also when we have 100% certain results. So let's take examples, and the examples will elaborate the page points here. And I'm going to start with the first point. And first example, if you heat in water till 100 Celsius degree, it boils. Here, my friends, we have a general fact that tells you that there is a condition which is heating water until 100 Celsius degree, and the result of this statement will be the water boiling. So when we are sure 100%, because this is a scientific information, a scientific fact, or even a personal fact, as we are going to see later, we use present simple. You see here, if you heat in water till 100 Celsius degree, it boils. So this is always true, and the result is certain 100%. In the other example, example number 2, if you are not a member in this club. So here we have this hypothesis. If you are not a member in this club, so what is the result? You are not allowed to enter. So this is a piece of information that no one can deny. And if the hypothesis, which is the if clause, is correct, 100% the result will be correct. We can say, if you are not a member in this club, administration doesn't allow you to enter, but I prefer passive voice. I use passive voice because I like passive voice so much. We are going to have a new class about passive voice later. And the third example here, we use type 0 to give instructions, as you see here. If you see Sarah, tell her to come to my office. In here, I'm telling one of my employees, if you see Sarah, in case you see Sarah, when you see Sarah, immediately tell her to come to my office. And here, last example, my friends, Sarah has a big heart. So I'm talking about facts, general facts about Sarah. Sarah has a big heart. If you apologize to her, if you say sorry to her, she forgives you. In here, my friends, I'm talking about facts and the truth and certain results at the same time. It means I am sure whenever you come to Sarah and you apologize to her, if you hurt her feelings, she is not going to say no to you. She doesn't say that generally because this is what she is. In here, my friends, so we use type 0 when we are sure 100% that the result will happen if the condition happens. Now here, my friends, I have a piece of information, a note, before I close this page. Only in type 0, we can replace if with when. Why? Because if and when here give the same meaning. as long as we are 100% sure of the results of the action, the results of the hypothesis, the results of the condition, then we can replace if with when. For example, I say, when you heat in water till 100 Celsius degree, it boils. And here, my friends, I say when, because I am sure that this is correct every time you do and you heat in the water. Second example, when you are not a member in this club, you are not allowed to enter. It means whenever, all the time, this is true. I say also, example number 3, let's say, when you see Sarah, tell her to come to my office. This also gives the same meaning. And here, of course, we say, when you apologize to Sarah, she forgives you immediately. Only in type 0, my friends, we can replace if with when. So here, my friends, we finished type 0, and now let's move to type 1. And type 1, my friends, is one of the examples that tell you about the importance of knowing the cultural, psychological, and contextual definitions or backgrounds of the tenses. We use type 1, my friends, when we talk about a possible condition or possible conditions at present and in the future. Let's take the form, my friends. The form here is we use if, then subject, verb. In present, simple, continuous, or perfect. And then we have the end of the if clause or the subordinating clause. The beginning of the result clause or the main clause is the subject, then verb in the future. Will, is, are going to, present continuous for future or present simple for future. And here, my friends, I ask you seriously to go back and watch a specific video in this educational series called 4 Types of a Future, to understand and differentiate the differences among these 4 types of a future, because each one of them has its own, let's say, principle, expresses a different principle, although they are all talking about the future, just like the types or the forms of present simple, present continuous, and present perfect. All of them also, they talk about the present, but each one has its own way to express the present. Let me give you the examples here, my friends, so that you see how important to understand the tenses in order to use them in different types of grammar. Now, my friends, we take example number 1. Here we have a party, and this party is going to be tomorrow. And I have a friend whose name is Sarah, and I don't like Sarah. I have a problem with Sarah. One of my friends called Jack, for example, is going to throw a party. And I am asking my friend, the party is tomorrow. Will Sarah come? Is Sarah coming? Did you invite Sarah? And he said, I invited her, but I'm not sure if she comes or not, but this is possible. Maybe she comes. And I say to my friend, if Sarah comes to the party tomorrow, you say, teacher, wait. You are using present simple to express future? Yes. We said that type 1 is used for a possible condition. The condition is Sarah coming. And as you see, I'm talking about tomorrow. So, if Sarah comes tomorrow, can I say, teacher, if Sarah will come tomorrow, or if Sarah is going to come tomorrow? No. This part, the if part, the verb after if, should only be at present simple, continuous, or future, and it will represent the future tense, no problem, but you are not allowed to use future forms in this clause. Be careful not to use them because this is a big mistake. So if Sarah comes to the party here, present simple is enough. We don't need will, we don't need going to, because generally we have a present simple to talk about future. So the only form is accepted is the present form, present simple, present perfect, or present continuous in the if clause here, in this if clause. Now we continue. If Sarah comes to the party tomorrow, I think I will not come. So if I say, if Sarah comes to the party tomorrow, A, I will not come. Here I am telling my friend that maybe me too will not come. I am not 100% sure. And I would like to remind you that we use will when we are not sure of the action in the future, or we take the decision at the moment of speaking, spur of the moment, or we call it spontaneous decision. So I am angry now, and I take the decision now. I say, okay, you invited Sarah. If Sarah comes, I will not come. So this decision is taken now. Or I say, you know what? I am not sure. I don't like Sarah. I don't want any problems with Sarah. I think if she comes, I will not come. So, teacher, how can I know if you are predicting or you are giving a decision now? I say you cannot, as long as the sentence is written. You need to see two people and the tone. You know the tone, the way the speaker is speaking tells you whether it is prediction or it is a spur of the moment, spontaneous decision. The second possible way to say the sentence is, if Sarah comes to the party tomorrow, I think I'm not going to come. She doesn't want peace. She wants war. For example, here, when I use I'm going to, I am telling you that there is a plan. I have my own plan before, let's say not the decision taken by me. Let's say that we have a plan, and this plan has a reason. Now here I am giving you a reason. So when I use will, I don't need to give a reason. I just give a speculation, or I give spur of the moment or spontaneous decision. When I use going to, as we said before, we have to give a reason. And then the last or the third way is to use, if Sarah comes to the party, I think I am not coming. And here, my friends, I don't need to give a reason because we use a present continuous for future to talk about a personal decision. The second example, my friend, here is we are in the forest. Now, imagine we are in a camping trip. And again, my friends, you will notice that I always tell you about the situation, the conditions. I'm always describing a statement for you, then, or I create a scene for you, like a film. I'm telling you to imagine you are in the camp, you are in the forest, you are in, for example, the city, so that you understand the contextual uses, the psychological uses, the cultural uses of these tenses. So I am asking you now to imagine that you are in the forest, we are all in the forest, and I tell you, what will you do if a bear attacks you? This is a normal question. This question tells you we are in the forest, so it is logical that maybe a bear, bears live in the forest. So it's normal that we have possibility that a bear could attack us. And I ask you, what will you do? Will here, what will you do if a bear attacks you? One student told me, teacher, You told me you cannot use will at the beginning. I didn't say at the beginning. I said you cannot use will after if and the subject of if. The answer should be one of these three possible answers. If a bear attacks me, look, I use the present simple. Why? Because we use the present simple when the condition is possible. So we are in the forest and a bear can attack us any minute. I say, if a bear attacks me, I have no idea. So here I'm telling you, I don't have any decision. I don't know. Maybe I will predict. Maybe, I can say maybe, I will probably run away, or maybe I will run away. So here I am speculating. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what will my reflexive, let's say, action will be, because I don't know. In here, my friends, if a bear attacks me, I am not that stupid to fight a bear. I'm giving you a reason. I am not stupid to fight a bear, so I think I am going to run away. So I am going to run away is a logical reason that I am not stupid. So I'm giving you a reason for future action. Here, if a bear attacks me, I know exactly what to do. In here, I have my own plan. I don't want to explain the reason of it. I say I am running away. I am running away. This is a present continuous for future, and we use present continuous for future when we take a personal decision while going to, as we said before, when we have a reason. Going to also could be used for personal decisions, but it's better to use a reason with it, as we said before. In here, my friends, we take example number 3. Example number 3, I am here with my friend in the car, and he says, I am hungry. My friend tells me I am hungry. So this is the situation I'm explaining to you. In this situation, what can you say to your friend? Let's see. You tell your friend, if my mom has cooked, teacher, wait. We know that this is a present perfect. Has and verb 3 is present perfect. And we said that present perfect is something happened in the past. My mom has cooked. So, has cooked means she cooked in the past. So the subject or the verb happened in the past. And you say, we use type 1, which is a present perfect, including present perfect, to possible conditions at present or in the future. This is illogical. I tell you here, we don't care when the verb happened. We don't care when my mother cooked. We care for the result of the verb. Present perfect is or concentrates on the fact that the verb has a result. If the verb has a result, my mother cooked in the past, and the result is there is food. So if my mother has cooked means cooked in the past and there is food now. The result, if there is a result, I think we will eat at home. So here we have either a spontaneous decision or we are predicting. I say maybe, I am not sure. This is my prediction. Maybe we can eat at home. So either, so how can I differentiate, teacher, between them? Again, this depends on the tone of the speaker, how the speaker is speaking. You will understand from the scene. The second example, I think we are going to eat at home. My mother's, I'm giving a reason here, my mother's food is amazing. I want you to try my mother's food. So I'm giving a reason why we are going to eat. The third one here is, I think we are eating at home. This is my personal decision. In here, my friends, the last example, if you are eating, I call my friends, a friend of mine and he tells me, Mr. Udait, maybe I am eating, or my mom is cooking, now I'm going to eat. Can I postpone, for example, our meeting for half an hour, reschedule? I say, okay, if you are eating, even if he doesn't tell me, I tell him, because it's the time for example, lunch or time for dinner. I tell him, okay, I don't know your circumstances, so if you are eating, I will come later. Again, it could be spontaneous decision or a decision or a prediction or something I am not sure of, or I am going to come later. I have time. I'm giving a reason. I have time. Okay, no problem. I can wait. Or the other one, or the last option is I am coming later. This is my decision. Enough for today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed learning about conditional sentences. We said in brief that a conditional sentence is a complex sentence that is made up of two main clauses. The first one is called the dependent clause or the subordinating clause, which is if clause, and the other one is the main or the result. Then we said that we have 5 types of conditional sentences. All of them have the same form. They are different only in the tense of the verb. And then we talked about type 0, and we said type 0 is used for general facts and truths. Then we talked about type 1, and we said that type 1 is used only for possible conditions at present or in the future. And we took examples, and we said we have to concentrate that we cannot use future in the if clause. The future should be in the main clause, my friends. Till here, I hope you enjoyed and learned how important our course is about the tenses and why we concentrated in the differences among tenses and to understand how to use these tenses in the other pieces of grammar. If you don't understand the point in this video, my friends, please try to re-watch the video again. Play some Kahoot or Blue Kid games in the description box, and you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. That's it for today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for your watching this video. Goodbye to the second class, or the second part of this class, into which we are going to talk about type 2 conditional sentences. And then till then, my friends, I wish you all the best. Goodbye.